Greetings humans and welcome to my channel. Today we will look at the case of Scarlett Keeling, a British teenager whose tragic death in the Indian state of Goa in 2008 caused a global uproar. Her death was surrounded by a series of events that made it one of the most controversial cases in Indian history. Scarlett was born in Bidford, a small town in the English county of Devon. She was the second of 7 children of Fiona McEwan, a single mother who moved around frequently. Scarlett's childhood was far from ordinary, as the family was always on the move, never permanently settling down in one place. Fiona had a turbulent relationship with Scarlett's father, who was absent from the family's life. In 2008, Scarlett and her family were staying in Anjuna, a village in North Goa, India. Goa is a popular tourist destination known for its beautiful beaches and laid-back lifestyle. Scarlett was a typical teenager who loved music, parties, and having fun. She was known to be adventurous and outgoing. On the night of February 18, 2008, Scarlett went to a party at the beach shack in Anjuna. The party was organized by a group of locals, including Samson and Placido Carvalho. Scarlett was reportedly drunk and high on drugs when she was last seen at the party at around 4 a.m. The next morning, Scarlett's lifeless body was found on Anjuna Beach. She was wearing only a bikini and her belongings were scattered around her. Post-mortem report revealed that Scarlett had been assaulted and then drowned in seawater. The incidents created a huge uproar in India and the UK, and the local police were criticized for their lax attitude towards the investigation. Initially, the police ruled the death an accidental drowning due to the teen consuming copious amounts of LSD and a cocktail of other drugs. This claim did not explain the several cuts and bruises that was found on the victim's body. Post-mortem results showed that she had sustained over 50 cuts and bruises to her body, and there was evidence of sexual. It wasn't long before the Souza and Carvalho became subjects of the investigation, as they were seen by various witnesses with the teenager during the party. They even saw the men leave at one point with the teenager. The Souza and Carvalho were soon arrested in connection with Scarlett's death. The Souza was a bartender at the beach shack where the party was held, while Carvalho was a local drug dealer. They were charged with culpable homicide not amounting to murder, then and destruction of evidence. The case went to trial in 2010, and the prosecution presented a case based on circumstantial evidence. The defense claimed that Scarlett had died due to accidental drowning and that the Souza and Carvalho were being falsely implicated. The trial was delayed multiple times, and it was only in 2016 that the verdict was finally delivered. The Souza and Carvalho were acquitted of all charges except for the destruction of evidence. The court ruled that there was not enough evidence to prove that they had raped and murdered Scarlett. The verdict was met with outrage, and many people accused the court of being biased towards the accused due to their social status and connections. The events leading up to Scarlett's death were shrouded in controversy. The local police were accused of neglecting the case and not investigating it properly. Fiona McEwan, Scarlett's mother, claimed that the police were trying to cover up the case and were not cooperating with her. She also alleged that the accused were being protected by powerful people in Goa. After the verdict was announced, Fiona McEwan expressed her disappointment and vowed to continue fighting for justice for her daughter. She accused the Indian legal system of failing her and said that she would appeal the verdict. The case also had political implications. It was seen as a test of the Indian government's commitment to crack down on crime against tourists. It also received widespread media coverage, both in India and the UK, and it put pressure on the Indian authorities to take action. In 2017, the Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI), India's top investigating agency, took over the case from the local police. The CBI conducted a fresh investigation and submitted a charge sheet against D'Souza and Carvalho. The charge sheet included new evidence, including a statement from a witness who claimed to have seen D'Souza and Carvalho assaulting Scarlett on the night of her death. The trial resumed in 2019, and the prosecution presented a strong case based on the new evidence. The defense argued that the witness was unreliable and that the charge sheet was politically motivated. The trial was closely watched, and many people hoped that justice would finally be served. In September 2021, the trial court in Goa convicted D'Souza and Carvalho of culpable homicide, rape, and destruction of evidence. D'Souza was sentenced to 10 years in prison, while Carvalho was sentenced to 7 years. The verdict this time was seen as a major victory for Scarlett's family and for the fight against crime committed against tourists in India. Scarlett's mother, Fiona McEwan, established a charity, the Scarlett Keeling Foundation, which works to provide support and assistance to victims of crimes and their families. Scarlett's legacy continues to live on through the work of her mother and this foundation, and hopefully they are able to provide assistance to victims who desperately need it. Until next time, humans, stay safe out there.